Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the Lions franchise. I'm back. I wanted to play another season with these fun players. And today we'll go through the entire off and preseason. We'll start with some interesting facts. We won the Super Bowl, but Dwayne Haskins only had 3,400 yards. He had a lot of touchdowns, but it was just fabricated plays on the goal line and stuff like that. So yeah, looking to probably moving on from him. Calvin Short had that 2,000 yard season. Another interesting stat is that TJ Hockenson had 16 catches in 16 games. That is way not enough. I'm not using my tight ends, so that is why I'm planning on moving on from him as well. But he had 3 touchdowns. He is a reliable red zone target, but still 16 catches probably would lead to him requesting a trade. And then we had Skylar Sharp. He had only 3 catches, but I think he can fill the role accordingly. And yeah, Raheem McLaughlin, he had 0 catches for 0 yards. He would probably request a trade as well, so I'm probably gonna move him as well. We'll see what's there for trade partners. And then we had a pretty solid season from our linebacking core, Justin Gunter and Luke Wagner. We had a really solid season of pass rush. But we also had some players that were not so great. Damian Williams, great player, 16 sacks at that defensive tackle 2 spot. We had more interior pressure than edge rush. Maury Burns, only 4.5 sacks, and his contract year is coming up. And then we have Jeremy Gabriel, who is playing in 4-3 base packages, so probably about 40% of the time. And he had 0 sacks. I guess he's a run stopper, but 0 sacks, come on, man. His contract year is coming up, and so he is on the move as well. He's leaving into free agency. Not gonna re-sign him. For team stats, we had the best pass defense, we had the 3rd best rush defense, we had the best defense overall, so that is all pretty solid. We had the best, or like the least points allowed. We had the most QB sacks, so yeah, that's pretty great. And most of these players are coming back to keep those stats alive. We had 7 fumble recoveries. That was a weakness of ours in the beginning of the series, but now it's become a strength. And we have 19 interceptions, so we have one of the best turnover differentials in the league. That's 26 turnovers created by the defense. And then we allowed 80% red zone points percentage. That is not great. Our red zone defense needs to become better. We'll look at retirements now. Darius Slay, the ex-Lion, he retires. Stephon Gilmore. David Bakhtiari retires after 13 years as a Packer. So he's going to be gone. They have to replace him. And yeah, that's some more retirement. Zach Martin, the Dallas Cowboys lose their star guard. He's gone. Joel Bitonio, another good guard, is gone as well. We have Jawan James. A lot of great offensive linemen are retiring right now. JC Treader as well. Casey Hayward is retiring. Corey Linsley, the ex-Packer, he's retiring. AJ Boye, Anthony Brown, a lot of cornerbacks as well. Eric Fisher, John Feliciano, Quinton Spain, Laken Tomlinson, George Fant. A lot of offensive linemen, tackles, guards, and centers are retiring. So the league needs to have some more of those rookie linemen, and we'll look at those a little bit later. One surprising fact is that JJ Arcega-Whiteside did not have any regression at all. TJ Hockenson got 4 though. He's 29, and Craig Sutton lost some acceleration, but he's still on the team. He's gonna fight for a backup spot. Frank Ragnow, our star center, I am gonna re-sign him. He's 30, and he also did not get any regression. What a great regression season for us, and he gets a 3-year, about $12 million per season deal, and he accepts it. Luke Wagner, we're gonna wanna keep him around, the 97 overall linebacker with 95 zone coverage or something like that. but he is going to test out free agency, at least he says that. Jeremy Gabriel, I already showed him, no sacks, he is going to be gone. He's just a pure run stopper, and he was fine for that role, but he wants way too much money, 19 million for 1 or 2 seasons, for 2 seasons, 19 million for 2 seasons, but that is way too much. $10 million for a run-stopping defensive tackle. Not going to bring him back. Tyler Kingsbury, wanted to re-sign him. He wanted a 3-year deal, 20 million. I am offering him a 1-year prove-it deal for about 8 million, but he is going to test out free agency as well. And then Dwayne Haskins, he just has not played up to his potential. He is 29. All of these $102 million deals would be behind regression lines, and that is way too much money. We can't afford it, really. We do not have the cap space, so he is gonna be gone as well. Kirk Colbert, he is 25. I was interested in bringing him back, but not at that price. Jason Spillman, interesting prospect at running back. Wanted to bring him back in free agency as well. McMillan, wanted to bring him back as well, but a lot of them for cheaper deals. And then Luke Wagner, 14.7 million franchise tag, and I placed it on him. Jeremy Gabriel and Dwayne Haskins, gonna be gone. And then we're looking for Lance Rodriguez. That's right, he's a backup free safety, and he is going to be a starter at another team because I cannot afford this. I do not have the cap space to bring back all those backups. Tyrese Spence, one of the better fullbacks in the league now, but not bringing him back. Probably looking to get rid of the role entirely. Hunter Bryant, maybe bringing him back at the second or third stage of free agency. Ramon Hernandez, same deal. That's too much money. Want to bring him back cheaper. Jack Fox, our punter. I want to do this deal, but he is going to accept it and come back, so nothing to worry about at kicker and punter. And then Darian Taylor, 4th receiver. That's too much money for a 4th receiver. And Eric Nelson, I mean, it was a good deal, but I think I can bring him back later for cheaper, but he also is 26, so there's not going to be a whole lot of development. And then we are going to move on from Raheem McLaughlin. He had 0 catches last season. He would request a trade in real life, and the Dolphins have their best receiver at 75 overall, so he instantly is going to become their #1 receiver. And we are getting back Denard Johnson. I'll show him in a second here. We also get a 3rd round pick, so I think that's a fair trade. Denard Johnson, 24 years old. He has star dev. He was on the trade block as well. He has a couple major weaknesses at run block power, at pass block power. His awareness is not great, but he has star dev at lineman. So if I move on from Matthew Wilkinson, who has not been developing at all, he might be the replacement. And then I'm going to move on from TJ Hawkinson. He would request a trade in real life as well. And the Steelers really need a tight end. He is going to be their #1 pass catcher behind Juju Smith-Schuster. And we are getting back a 2nd round pick. So that's a fair trade, I would say, as well. He is 26 or 27, I'm not sure. But this is the status of the team going into free agency. All we need is maybe another quarterback to create a competition here, then a 2nd tight end, and if I move on from Matthew Wilkinson, maybe looking at another guard, or I could just start Denard Johnson, but that would mean a lot of regression on the offensive line compared to last season. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, Pat Messina for now designated starter, but I want to bring in some competition. Let's see what's there in free agency. On the defensive side of the ball, we have lost a defensive tackle, a run-stopping defensive tackle, so I'm probably going to look to sign or draft 1 or 2 defensive tackles. Amari Burns is in his 4th year now, and that's contract season, so Probably looking to get another edge rusher into the building if Burns doesn't play well next season. And then for free agents, Joe Mixon is on the market. Grady Jarrett, Devontae Adams, the ex-Packer, Aaron Jones, the ex-Packer, Eric Armstead, Adoree Jackson. But I also was looking for if the Cardinals had interest in any guards, because I wanted to see if they would sign one, or else I would trade them Matthew Wilkinson. And as I looked through here, they were not interested in any of the superstar guards that were still on the market. So yeah, Brandon Linder has some interest, Joe Thuney, but he does not have interest from the Cardinals. And then Jeremy Barton is on the market. Dwayne Haskins has not covered any interest right now. And down the list, Levi Caldwell and Matt Walls are on the market. Russell Wilson would be a possibility, but we do not have any cap space if we try to sign Russell Wilson. So we are going to move Matthew Wilkinson to the Cardinals. And that is because Dylan Alexander is the backup, and Kyler Murray has a 5-year deal ahead of him. So he's not going to see the field at all in the next 5 years, and they had him on the trade block. I'm moving Matthew Wilkinson because he has not developed at all. His pass block is still stuck at 71, and he's a liability in the run game as well. So moving on from him, Dylan Alexander, superstar dev, decent throw power, good short accuracy, solid medium accuracy. His deep is not that great, but I want to get some competition into the building. And yeah, that's why I traded for him. We also get a 4th rounder, if I remember correctly. And then first stage of free agency, let's see what we got. We got Tyler Kingsbury back on a 1-year prove-it deal. He accepted it. And then we get Levi Caldwell, a defensive tackle. We get a 2nd tight end in Shadon Tarpley. And we get back our backup left tackle, Mick Mellon. So 4 players to get into the team, and some backups as well. Shadon Tarpley, he also has star dev. He does not have the speed, but I'm looking to play him as a 2nd tight end / fullback type of deal, because he is a good blocking tight end. Levi Caldwell, he played for the Panthers for the last 4 years, and he has elite block shedding. He's an elite run defender. That's why I got him into this team. He's gonna play the Jeremy Gabriel role for a lot less money. Then we have a 5th-year option. It's on Amari Burns, and I will want to keep him around, but I will not pick up his 5th-year option. They are too expensive, and if I want to sign him after this year, I will do it. Not that it matters anything, but because there is no 8th season. But I also said that about the 6th season, so yeah. And we also have another 5th-year option is on Damian Williams, and I am probably not gonna keep him around. I'm not sure, but I'm also not gonna pick up his option. It's too expensive, and if I really want to keep him around, I'm giving him a deal. But we already are at the limit of our cap space, so we can't afford really to sign all that many players next season, and we have a great draft class coming up next season. And then we have another couple signed players, backups. Ramon Hernandez, we already had him on the team, and Matt Collins, 23 years old, 3rd-year strong safety with star dev. He has some weaknesses here with speed, 87, not that great, and 67 zone coverage, but he can be a solid backup safety, I would say. Then Joe Mixon goes to the Seahawks, Aaron Jones to the Bucks, and Travis Kelce to the Falcons, Evan Ingram to the Seahawks, Shaq Mason goes to the Chargers, Percy Hales to the Jets, Ali Marpet goes to the Chargers as well. Jeremy Gabriel goes to the Steelers, where he's going to team up with DeAndre Swift and Joe Thuney as well. Dallas Goedert goes to the Dolphins. OJ Howard goes back to Tampa. Jeremy Barton goes to the Dolphins. And Dwayne Haskins goes to Seattle. He's going to be their starting quarterback. And then way down the list, Russell Wilson goes to the Falcons. And Matt Walls, the superstar receiver from the Colts, he goes to a different team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Trey Flowers goes back to the Patriots. Juan Murray goes to the Patriots. And yeah, that's about it. The interesting signees. Deontay Johnson goes to the Bears, so we'll see him twice a year. And David Gamble goes to the Patriots as well. They are spending a lot of money, as well as the Seahawks, so they're trying to get back to that super team status. The Lions have draft picks, 1 first-round pick, 2 second, 2 thirds, 2 fours, and then 5th, 6th, and an extra 7, and then the Mr. Irrelevant pick. So that is their slate of draft picks. I think it's 11 picks this year, and we'll see how we are going to invest them. We have the 32nd overall pick in the draft, and these are some players we could draft with that pick. Romeo Heath, early first rounder, 21 years old. He's going to be a superstar, but I'm not going to draft a running back. Tyrell Hopkins, late first rounder with decent athleticism, 22 years old, but A power moves. Really interested in him. Rashard Russell, probably not going to be drafting a receiver, but here he would be a deep threat with decent speed actually. Tony Lindholm, he's one of the players I really had my eyes on, but he's 23 years old, still early first round talent and great athleticism. Dante Saunders, he's a really interesting prospect as well, 22 years old, one of the smaller linebackers, but 4.43 speed and great run stopper. Isaiah Shepard as a safety, probably not going to draft him, but 4.44 speed, 23 years old though, mid first round talent. And then the Heisman winning edge rusher, 22 years old, out of Auburn with great athleticism, but he does not have block shedding or any of those great traits from power moves or finesse moves in the top 3. And then these are the prospects I was interested in really actually drafting at that spot. Jason McAllister, he had a story about him, 21 years old, great prospect at O-line. Tony Lindholm, already showed him, he has great athleticism, really interested in him. And Tony Good. So the top 3 linemen were probably going to be available at the end of the first round. Probably would have to draft them a little bit earlier than 3rd and 32nd round pick, but yeah, that was my plan, drafting a replacement for Matthew Wilkinson at that spot, but also was looking at edge rusher. And with the first overall pick, the Rams draft Taron Lennon, a solid cornerback out of Utah State. And then the Falcons, LaMarcus Cooper, the top receiver off the board out of UCF. Washington, they draft the top cornerback, Evan Stuckey. He is a 78 overall out of Florida. And then Trevor Pearson, the top player in the draft, I would say, not from overall, but he looked really solid when I scouted him. And then Richard Harvin, lots of solid secondary players here in the top 5 picks. And then Charles Poindexter, another great safety. He goes to Dallas. Lots of secondary players here drafted in the top 6 picks. And then Dante Donaldson, the top defensive tackle in this draft. He goes to the Broncos. John Robinson, a middle linebacker for the Eagles. He looked really solid as well, has great speed. That's all you want in a middle linebacker. And then the Heisman winning edge rusher, Roy Baldwin, he goes to the Cleveland Browns. He is picked number 9 overall. And then the Vikings were on the draft board and they draft the best quarterback. It's Chris Graham out of Oregon State. So we'll see him twice a year. They moved on from Teddy Bridgewater and basically all their backups. So we're gonna see Chris Graham twice a year. Keon Baker goes here, a receiver to the 49ers, although they really didn't need one. And then middle linebacker James Gillespie, a really solid middle linebacker. I thought he was a great prospect, and if I would have needed one, I probably would have traded up for that guy. And then edge rushers start to go a little bit more frequently, and middle linebackers as well. Dante Saunders, a third solid linebacker here. And then a guard went Tony Good, the first of those three prospects I was looking at. He goes to Cincinnati. And the Bears, they draft Keon Sheard, a tight end in the first round, and they still have Cole Kmet. But then I wanted to move up. I really didn't want to risk it anymore because the Giants were looking at outside linebacker or edge rusher as a need. So I wanted to move up here to maybe get an edge rusher, and they didn't want to take that deal, so I added a 5th rounder as well. So both our Super Bowl first and second round picks are going here, and our 5th rounder to move up 13 spots in the first round and select Tyrell Hopkins with solid athleticism but early first round talent and great power moves. That is what I'm looking at here, the power moves at an A. And we have a solid replacement. If Amari Burns should not be playing well, number 2 in true value, 78 overall, and he has 88 power moves, already almost as good as Amari Burns, though Burns has a lot more upside in the run defense as well. So yeah, Hopkins for now, he's just a pass rusher. And then at the 20th spot, the Packers select Matthew Gore. They also needed edge rushers, so I wanted to get that in. And then Silas Waters goes to Jacksonville. They need a couple of receivers there. And then Jason McAllister goes. So the top 2 O-linemen are already off the board, and now I was really trying to almost trade with every team here to get up some more picks, but it would have taken too much right now. To the Dolphins, they go with an edge rusher, but I really wanted to get Tony Lindholm, and I tried with a lot of these teams to move up, but they really didn't want to. I think the Jets were another one of those teams I tried to trade up with, and they get Isaiah Shepard, a strong safety, really solid player there. Got a spot starter right there. And then DJ Hillhouse, an edge rusher, goes to New Orleans. And then the Raiders were on the clock. I tried to trade up with the Panthers, I think, but then I tried to make the move with the Raiders here at pick 30. I was really getting anxious if they would take Tony Lindholm, and it's not going to do it at 2 and a 3 to move up 17 spots. So we'll put in another pick there, our better 7th round pick, and the deal goes through 17 spots up the board so that we can select Tony Lindholm and get a really good replacement, hopefully, to replace Matthew Wilkinson. He has good athleticism. He is 23 years old, but he has hidden development. 75 overall, solid. But yeah, I'm really happy with that pick. Number 7 in true value. He has great strength. I mean, decent strength. It's not like it's 96, it's 89, but a really solid place to start with all the ratings. An 81 pass block already. 10 more than Matthew Wilkinson ever had in his entire career. And now we'll move on to the second round, and at pick 43, the Bucks take Romeo Heath, the top running back, and then the Bears, another great pick, Jelani Rodgers, a strong safety from Auburn. And then in the third round, John Kavanaugh, the other first round quarterback, finally goes at the top of the third round, and he is going to be their starter in an intermediate range. He's not going to be their starter right now, but yeah. And then I tried to trade up because I saw a receiver. I scouted a receiver I really wanted to get, and I feared that he may go in the next few picks. So DJ Griffin, 5'11", 188, 23 years old, with solid speed and late first round value, and he is indeed 32nd in true value. He has really great speed. He's going to be a slot receiver. He has solid catching ratings. His route running's not that great, but can work with it. And solid foundation here. He also has 79 juke and 81 spin move, 85 change of direction. He can break some tackles. So happy with that pick. And then I traded out of this pick because I didn't feel like anybody was on the board right now. And then I was looking at another defensive tackle here, Willie Smiley. And I wanted to pick him with our next selection, but there he goes, 11 picks before I anticipated, and he is gone. So our next pick I traded out as well because I didn't have anybody on the board I really liked all that much, and we already had addressed our top two needs, a backup edge rusher or like a replacement plan if Amari Burns shouldn't work out, and a left guard. And then in the 6th round I traded up because there was another value to take on the board, and I thought that he would be worth it. Isaiah Graham, early 2nd round value with 4.37 speed, only 21 years old. He looked really solid, and I think it is a good pick. 5'9", 179. He really is a slim receiver, but great speed, also great ability after the catch with 84 juke move, 79 spin move, great change of direction. He can make some people miss if he wants to. Really happy with that. And with the Mr. Irrelevant pick, it's gonna be Kurt Britton. He was the only player I had scouted left, and yeah, he was an undrafted talent and 61 overall. But I mean, he had the good athleticism. It really didn't show up here in the ratings. I thought that he would have probably 90 strength and some more speed, but yeah, it's fine. Backup center, that's not that bad. Let's look at these players. Taron Leonard, the #1 overall pick, already pissed that he has to play for the Rams, but he looks solid. Not as great as I thought he would be. LaMarcus Cooper, he looks really good. His route runnings are not that great, but his catching ratings, 93 speed, 96 jumping. He's going to be a star in the making. And then Evan Stuckey, he has great athleticism all over the place. He was the real #1 pick, I thought. And he has great man and zone coverage and press as well. Trevor Pearson, he is really solid. 90 speed, 95 acceleration, and a good foundation to start out with. He's going to develop nicely, I think. Richard Harvin, the Texans picked him at #5 overall. He looks good, but his press and man are not that great to begin with for a top 5 pick. And then Charles Poindexter, really liked his skill set as well, and he has even better speed than Trevor Pearson, so that's nice. And he also has a good foundation to start out with. Probably gonna be starting soon. Dante Donaldson, he looks like Carlos Jefferson, I would say. Great strength, great foundation for block shedding power and finesse moves. And then Heisman winning Roy Baldwin. He is a run stopper, but you can turn him into a great pass rusher. 68 power moves, 67 finesse moves. That's a foundation to start out with. And then Chris Graham, we're gonna face him twice a year. 91 throw power, great short and deep accuracy. Medium is solid. James Gillespie, 21 years old, my favorite linebacker in this class, and he looks solid. Only 60 zone coverage, not that great, but overall he looks like a great run stopper. And then Tony Good, the guard I was looking at, he has minor weaknesses here. 66 pass block, not that great. 70 run block power. And then Keon Sheard, he looks like the #1 tight end here with decent speed, but also some good catch in traffic, and 67 run blocking, not that bad. And Jason McAllister, he has hidden dev as well. He plays for the Chiefs now. He was the better prospect, between him and good, but I think we get the best of the O-lineman here with Tony Lindholm. And then the Bears come back in the second round, drafting another 74 overall player. Really a run stopper, his coverages are fine. And then the Rams in the third round, John Kavanagh, soon to be replacing Jared Goff with great throw power and decent accuracies to start out with, and he's going to sit on the bench for a while. So yeah, Zach Luckett was another player I missed out on. I wanted to draft him, but he did not have the zone coverage I was looking for, and it just got confirmed here. And then Willie Smiley, missed out on him, but he is not a run-stopping defensive tackle, so yeah. And then in free agency, Terrence Byers was on the market. He has solid athleticism, 90 speed, some good juke and spin move, also break tackle. He's just not gonna like run over people. And then Javier Thompson was on the market. He played for the Patriots and he has great catching ratings, so I thought that I had to sign him. And then Jerome Cousins played for the 49ers, also great athleticism, great catching ratings, and even better route runnings here with 84 deep route running, so I wanted to get him on the team. And then Hunter Bryant was still on the market, so I brought him back. He has been a long-term Lion in this entire series, and I'm going to bring him back. And then Eric Nelson was still available, so I brought him back as well. Although I thought that his weaknesses are a little bit too bad. And then Terrence Foster, a undrafted rookie free agent, and he looks solid. He only has 54 zone coverage, but he's a solid run stopper, and that may mean that I may be releasing Braden Lawrence. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And then we'll jump into preseason. First snap of the preseason, and Calvin Short is gone. That's going to be a 93-yard touchdown on the first defensive snap of the preseason. Short looks ready. Great play. And this preseason, I really tried to give everybody a chance, especially at the quarterback position. And that's Amari Burns in the first quarter. He's still starting, and he brings down the quarterback, and that is what I want to see against Tristan Wirfs. Just runs around him, and John Meredith goes down. And then we have the offense back out into the field as Kingsbury throws it, but it's way overthrown. He had a man open, and you need to make the throw. Kingsbury got the first shot on this team, and he had 23 yards to JJ Arcega-Whiteside here. He had some inconsistencies, but also made some of the plays as John Meredith goes down again, and that is Taylor Higgins. Since we did not draft a defensive tackle, he has a chance to get on the team here. And then Kingsbury on the money for Jerome Cousins, and he makes a great play running away from the cornerback. 2nd and 7 now for the Bucks, and what a play here for Tyrell Hopkins coming off the edge, knocking the football down. And this is Romeo Heath, and he's going nowhere. Great run defense, especially on Tyrell Hopkins. He's showing his capabilities. And then the quarterback goes down again. This is Matias Machado. I picked him a few years ago. He's in his contract season, I think. So he's got to make some plays as well, and that is a great catch by Jerome Cousins. Kingsbury on the money, but up until now only 11 of 21, so not playing all that great. And there is an interception. What a play. This is Brandon Shepard, and he's going to return it all the way. Second-year linebacker. Seems like every year I pick a linebacker that is making plays in the preseason, but has no shot at playing in the regular season. He makes a great play here, jumping in front of the tight end and taking it away to get some more points on the board. And then 2nd and 10 here for the Bucks. And the quarterback goes down again to Taylor Higgins, disengaging from the block. 2nd sack of the day. He's playing really solid, and I'm starting to really be happy about not drafting a defensive tackle because he is playing great in this preseason. And then Kingsbury on a 4th down call got it to Hunter Bryant, but still only a 50-yard completion percentage. He missed a lot of throws, and his receivers in this first game weren't doing him any favors. But now he's on the money finally, and it's Javier Thompson. He is going to be probably the backup. If he doesn't get cuts, he's going to be the backup to JJ Arcega-Whiteside and Lindell Thierry, as Terrence Byers spins away and then gets up again and gets 6 yards on that crazy play. 0 blitz here for the Buccaneers, and Kingsbury, you gotta get that to the man. And it's off target. Kingsbury over the middle, and once again missing his target. 16 of 31 up until now. And now it's a play action shot, and this is a catch actually. What a lucky break for Kingsbury. Javier Thompson with a great play and his first touchdown of the game. Kingsbury gets protection, gets it away, and Jerome Cousins racing down the field. Great play. It's still only about a 53-yard completion percentage for Kingsbury. He was missing so many throws. It was not funny. His deep balls were fine, but if you can't command the short ball, and this is all this offense is about, and then Orlando Kershaw at the sideline on the comeback makes a great play. Kingsbury, one last chance, and this time he gets it on the money. Orlando Kershaw with a touchdown. The rookie of the year from a couple years ago. He's still on the roster. 2nd and 3. And this is a 0 blitz as Taylor Higgins gets another sack. It's his 3rd of the day. But this time it's just because screens are screwed up in this game. And now, what a hit stick! What a hit stick by Brandon Shepard. What a play, and Emmett McFarland recovers it. Actually, it was Miguel Cruz that was confused there for a second. But he comes up to make the tackle and just knocks it loose from the tight end. What a play. Miguel Cruz, he has some serious hit power. And then over the middle, catch is made. Javier Thompson. Kingsbury finally getting into some kind of groove here, but 40 throws and he's not even over 300 yards. Touchdown. This is Javier Thompson. He can make these plays on the slant. In tight coverage, he makes the grab. 2nd touchdown for him today. 1st and 10. The Buccaneers run another screen, and the quarterback goes down. It's Levi Caldwell. We signed him in free agency, and he makes his first play of the day. Kingsbury has another play action shot, and he gets rid of it. And at the sideline, all alone, is Javier Thompson on the comeback. And he's got some solid yardage here. Kingsbury has another shot at a touchdown. He throws it to the sideline, and the catch is made. What a play by Jerome Cousins. But yeah, Kingsbury last shot at his touchdown, and he's off the mark. Javier Thompson was open somewhat. And that is the first game. Kingsbury missed his chance. I would say he did not play great. He missed a lot of balls. You need to convert. And now great play by Alex Woodson in this 2nd game to make it a 2-3 score. What a weird football score. Alex Woodson with a great play here on defense, closing in on Alvin Kamara and making the stop as well behind the line of scrimmage and behind the goal line as well. So great play by Alex Woodson here. And then we get to the offense as Pat Messina throws it on the money to Skylar Sharp, and he absorbs a hit by McCoy. But 1st down. Pat Messina has great short and medium accuracy, and that shows here as Skylar Sharp makes a touchdown. He has the score, and these two already look like they are on the same page, Messina and Sharp. Let's get back to some more offense as there is a play action shot for Messina, and it's right down the middle. It's Arcega-Whiteside, and that is a huge play. 38 yards for Arcega-Whiteside. Second and 3. Touchdown Lions. Lindell Thierry wide open in the end zone. Pat Messina looks sharp. He has not missed a throw yet and continues to play right here as we move on to the 2nd quarter. Pat Messina over the middle, and that's Deontay Bryant. Perfectly on the money. Tight window throw here, and he's got the first down. They're moving the football. And then we get back to some defense as Daniel Jones throws it into the end zone, and Javier Taylor takes it out, runs it back, and he tried to juke out Daniel Jones, who was in free agency but went back to Washington. He went to Washington the first time around, his rookie contract ended up, but then he got back the second time here as well, as Pat Messina has another great throw to the outside. It's like a white side, and Messina is commanding the short and deep balls. He is commanding this offense like it is supposed to work. And now he just takes off. He has some serious speed, the best speed at quarterback on this team, and he has 11 yards and gets the first down with his feet. And then a play action shot for Messina, and once again wide open receiver. It's Deontay Bryant, and he's just on the money, allows his receiver to make some more yardage on the catch and run. And then Daniel Jones throws it complete, and there is the hit stick again. It's Jeff Okuda, and he runs it back all the way. It's a touchdown for the Lions, and this game is getting out of hand. But really nice hit stick. I think it was Miguel Cruz once again. No, it's Alex Woodson. It's a user hit stick here. He disengages from the block here and then just obliterates the tight end. Brian Morrison, I think, is that. And yeah, great play by Woodson. 2nd and 4, and this is Pat Messina. Flag is down, but it's a great throw. To the outside is Javier Thompson, and he makes another great play. 2nd and 14 for Messina. And over the middle, it's Javier Thompson. Man, these two are connecting here. Pat Messina, he is commanding this offense. 26 attempts, 248 yards. His yards per attempt is ridiculous. And then he just throws it into the end zone, and it's actually caught it. It's a touchdown. Javier Thompson, what a preseason. Already made his spot on the roster, and it's just the second preseason game, but what a play by Thompson. That was just a desperation heave as Messina absorbs the hit by the defensive lineman. And there is the 6'3", 239 or something, that he is big and strong, and he boxes out the defenders. And there's a play action shot for Messina, and he's off the money for Javier Thompson on 4th down. You need to get that. 2nd and 5 now for Washington. And there is another interception. This time it's Danny Griffin, and he gets the interception. Tackled immediately, but great play here to read this play. It's spread out defense, and he just wants to throw the slant on the other side, and Danny Griffin just reads it perfectly. And now over the middle, wide open, Orlando Kershaw. Perfect throw once again. Pat Messina is showcasing his arm. 2nd and 22. Just absorbed a sack, and Messina over the middle overthrows Jerome Cousins, but he also was under pressure. So yeah, Messina played a lot better. Now 3rd game, it's going to be Dylan Alexander, and he's going to get a shot at this roster spot, at this starting job. And on the first play, what a play. Deontay Bryant, 20 yards down the field. What a play by Bryant especially, but also by Alexander. 1st and 10, Alexander is blitzed, and he gets it to Deontay Bryant. It was a little bit out in front, but Bryant makes the catch as well. 2nd and 9, it's the diamond formation, and it's a throw, and Alexander just runs it with his own feet, and he takes off here, getting 16 yards in the process. Great play. He also has some mobility, not as good as Pat Messina, but good enough. And then he's off the mark for his receiver here. I think it was Jerome Cousins. And then 3rd and 10. This is a must-have play, and he makes the play. It's Arcega-Whiteside. So this is the 3rd preseason game, which means that he's going to play 3 quarters with the starters and 1 with the backups. And one on 3rd and 13, you need to convert. Dylan Alexander here is on the money. We are into the 3rd quarter now, and what a hit stick. but Scott has the first down. 4th and 2. This is a play you need to get. Imagine if you're down by 7 points in the 4th quarter and Dylan Alexander is on the money and it's a touchdown to Lindell Thierry. There is the 96 speed. He has 96 speed and 94 acceleration. He is such a great receiver. And then later in the 4th quarter, backups finally into the game, and Miguel Cruz creates another turnover, takes it out of the end zone. That was not that smart, but it just makes for a better shot at establishing a drive for the Lions offense. Alexander starting at his own 6-yard line. And there is James Harper. He was a Lion and they cut him. And Harper racing down the sideline. Just doesn't have the Calvin Short speed, but still, what a play. What a run for James Harper using these perfect lanes. Also was pretty great play by the offensive line, but still. And then over the middle, Dylan Alexander is on the money. It's a play action shot. Alexander throws it. And it's a touchdown. What a play by Javier Thompson, also getting his feet in bounds. Nice play by Thompson. He is making all these plays. Probably should bench him now and try to get some more intel on these other players. And there is James Harper again, and he gets a first down. His 4 rushes for 80 yards. Every run he has, it's an exciting play here. And then there is a play action shot, and he throws it up to Javier Thompson, and it gets dropped, but the ball was on the money. And then after the 3rd preseason game, the Chiefs cut Juan Thornhill, and so I'm bringing him in because he's going to be a solid backup safety. He has great zone coverage and also pursuit, so he's going to be a solid backup safety here for the Lions. And we'll go to this 4th game, and Alexander gets another shot because he had some missed throws, but he also had some great plays just like this one. It's Lindell Thierry, so I want to get a second look at him. I already know what Kingsbury and Messina can do, but Alexander is new on the team, so I want to get him a shot at making this starting job here. As great play by Luke Wagner to get them behind schedule. And there he is again, Luke Wagner disengaging from blocks like it's the easiest thing in the world. Another TFL. And then 3rd and 14, same set of downs, and there is another TFL. 3 TFLs in a row. This is Javier Taylor. 4th down, and the Packers are not getting anything out of that drive. And now Dylan Alexander, and he's off the mark for Deontay Bryant, and that is why I wanted to get a second look at him. But now 3rd and 7, and he is on the money for Cesar Ortiz. We already forgot about him. I drafted him a few years back as a 6th round pick, I think. And there he gets it. And now Dylan Alexander perfectly on the money. That is DJ Griffin, the rookie. First look at him, and he has 22 yards. Still a defensive football game, and what a TFL what a sack for Tyrell Hopkins against the right tackle. It's just not enough effort, and then the guard would have even had a shot to block him, but Tyrell Hopkins has too good athleticism, and what a hit by Telvin Canty here. He is a backup linebacker for now, and Alexander has all this great running room, and he slides safely with a 20-yard pickup. Great play. Alexander looked like good and bad, and it was just like not really convincing, but it wasn't also that terrible that I wouldn't think about it. So yeah, second half, or like last half of this preseason, as Matias Machado gets another sack. 3rd and 12 now for rookie quarterback Jay Washington, and he's going down. And that is Tyrell Hopkins' 2nd sack of the day. He looks hot. He looks like he's come to play. 3rd and 8 now for Alexander. You need to get this. And over the middle, it's TJ Griffin. He's got the first down, 24 yards. But Alexander, 6 for 16 in this game. not having the best luck with all the receivers, and a really good pass rush here. But look at this play, cross body to DJ Griffin, and he gets it. That's a touchdown for the Lions, and they tie up this game pending the extra point. It's a 7-6 lead. Look at this play. And there is the speed on display by DJ Griffin. He has 93 speed, and that gets away from most backups, I would say. As there is Juan Thornhill with his first play of the preseason for the Lions. Now Jay Washington motions in the receiver and then runs around and just straight into Matias Machado, who gets the second sack of this game. He has not had a shot at playing in the regular season yet, but he makes a case for it here. And then Terrence Byers spins out a couple defenders. Nice play, 13 yards. So the Lions offense looked not all that hot. Dylan Alexander, sometimes he's in command, sometimes he's not, but this time he is. DJ Griffin with a really great catch in tight coverage. We'll go back to the defense again, and there is another hit stick, and it's Miguel Cruz. He forces the fumble, and then he recovers it and takes it back almost all the way. It's a touchdown. Jay Washington can't bring him down, doesn't have the speed. And so the Lions take the lead here late in this game. It's 17-14. Miguel Cruz, he is in pursuit of this tight end. He makes a spin move and doesn't see Miguel Cruz coming from behind, and then he just knocks it loose, takes it, and runs it back the other way. And there is another sack. Matias Machado really making a case for himself to be playing some regular season snaps. So if this doesn't work out with Amari Burns, we already have two options here. And now over the middle, that is Hunter Bryant, and he's got the first down. And there's a play action shot for Alexander. He gets obliterated, but is on the money for DJ Griffin. 50% completion percentage here. I'm not really convinced, but he's got the shot. And Terrence Byers breaking 2 tackles to get into the end zone. Solid play. Byers trying to fight for that third or fourth running back spot, and what a play. It's Brandon Shepard, and he gets the second pick of the preseason. What's up with him? I don't get it. He has such a low zone coverage, but then he comes into these preseasons and gets the picks he wants, and then it's a play action shot, and Alexander is off the money again. This is Isaiah Graham. He was open. Graham not having the best preseason. The other rookie receiver I drafted, and then what a play. Tyrell Hopkins in pursuit, 3 sacks. He has the speed to close in on running backs, on the quarterbacks. 2nd and 25, and he goes down again. It's Tyrell Hopkins, 4th sack. If Amari Burns does not play well at the beginning of the regular season, I might replace him. I might actually replace him. Yeah, let's look at these preseason numbers. Dylan Alexander, 51% completion percentage, not that great. Didn't move the offense down the field. Pat Messina, on the other hand, in his only game, we scored 40 plus points, I think. 57% complete is not that great a deal, but I mean, he played against the Washington defense, and they have a lot of great backups as well. And then Kingsbury, he just doesn't have it in him, I think. He makes some great plays on the deep balls, but then again, on some other plays, he's getting obliterated. One thing you can't forget is also Dylan Alexander got sacked 7 times in 2 games. Has way too many. You can't get the offense on schedule here, so I might make some extra practice reps before I start the season to decide whether Pat Messina or Dylan Alexander are going to start the season. And then James Harper, he only had 5 rushes, but he went for 82 yards. Terrence Byers, on the other hand, only 19 rushes for only 70 yards. So he did not win that battle. And Craig Sutton already has his spot safe because he is the best power back on this team by far. And then for the offense, Javier Thompson having a massive preseason. Also, Jerome Cousins, he made some solid third down plays, 10 catches for 110. And then DJ Griffin didn't have a single drop, I think, 85 yards on limited snap count. Really solid. Hunter Bryant make the catches. Skylar Sharp, I'm not worried about a tight ends. And then Orlando Kershaw, when he was asked to do something, he did it. Cesar Ortiz had limited snap count, but still great production, I think. And Keelan Lane, you didn't even see him, but he didn't make the team either. He didn't have the rushing success at all. And then Deion Klein, a rookie I picked up from the free agent pool. He had a couple catches that were not really all that interesting. And then Kurt Britton allowed 4 sacks on Dylan Alexander. So that is not great, obviously. But I mean, he's a rookie with 61 overall. And then for the sack count, unbelievable production by Tyrell Hopkins, Matias Machado, and Taylor Higgins. They all balled out. So if I have any issues at the defensive line at the start of the season, I will replace them. Amari Burns, you need to play better. You need to play better. Also, Williams and Caldwell are gonna be just like the same setup as last season. 4-3 base for Levi Caldwell and nickel and dime personnel for Williams. 2 INTs by Brandon Shepard. Juan Thornhill also had a pick. I probably forgot to put that in. I'm sorry. And for forced fumbles, we have 2 by Miguel Cruz. He is balling out, the linebacker out of Duke. And then Alex Woodson had that one user hit stick fumble. So yeah. And then these are the releases and practice squad moves I made. Interesting is just like Eric Nelson, I cut him because I don't need him anymore. And Braden Lawrence is gone as well. Owen White is gone. And yeah, for the practice squad, that's a little bit more interesting, I would say. Keelan Lane, he's on our practice squad now. Terrence Foster is going to be on our practice squad. Really scared they get signed off because these are some really great backups here. And then Deion Klein, he goes to the backup spots as well. I had some younger linemen, undrafted linemen that I signed to the practice squad. Kurt Britton, also practice squad player here. And Dexter Hertz, an edge rusher I signed last season, but he didn't have an impact in this preseason, so I signed him to the practice squad again. And then for the schedule, Bears, Falcons, Packers, Vikings, Bucks, and Vikings. 6 weeks, 4 divisional games. And then after that, we start the tour of the AFC East. It's going to be the Bills in week 8. And then later, we are playing the Dolphins in week 12. We are also playing the Jets in week 15, the Patriots in week 16. We also playing the Bears and the Packers in week 10 and 11, I think it is. So we're done with the divisional games by week 11. And then to end the season, we're going to play the Giants and Kenny Golladay again. So that's going to be the schedule for this season. Let's just have a look around this team. Pat Messina had a great preseason game. He commanded the offense in perfect shape. He made the throws he had to make. The third down conversions. Dylan Alexander, not sure about him yet because he had the bad O-line play. He got sacked 7 times, I think 5 times in the last game. So not really sure what to make of that because he didn't really have a chance to develop the drives as did Pat Messina. And then Tyler Kingsbury, he is not going to be the starter. He just doesn't command the offense very, very well. And then at running back, we have Calvin Short and Andrew Scott. They're going to be the 1-2 punch. And then Craig Sutton as the power back again. Looking to give him some snaps as well. And not just on 3rd and 1, where I call the, what's it called? The goal line personnel, the inside dive or something like that. So yeah, and then for receivers, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He's going to be the 1. Lendell Thierry is going to be the 2. Javier Thompson is going to be their backup, as well as Orlando Kershaw. And then for the inside spots, slot receiver spots, it's going to be Deontay Bryant. He's going to be the number 1 slot, and then Jerome Cousins is going to play the Darian Taylor role. I wanted to resign Darian Taylor as well, but he got signed before I could sign him, so he's not coming back. Instead, we're going to have Jerome Cousins have that receiver number 4 spot. Our rookie receivers and Cesar Ortiz are going to be backups for a while now. And then for tight end, Skylar Sharp, I think he played just fine. He is going to be a great tight end in this scheme. He's a good blocker as well. And then for backups, we have Hunter Bryant and Shadon Tarpley. Tarpley is going to be the fullback for now. And then for the offensive line, we have Clyde Farr right now still, and John Wise on the right side. Those two from the first draft class. And then Frank Ragnow, still the best center in the game, and he is still here on a 3-year, $36 million deal. For the left side, we have Sidney Woodyard at tackle, and Tony Lindholm is going to play at guard because he is the guy with the hidden dev, and I'm going to play him until I see that it is better than Denard Johnson's, or at least equal, so he's probably going to be playing, yeah. And for the defense, Amari Burns is going to be starting at left end, but if he doesn't play well, we have Tyrell Hopkins and Matias Machado. And I am not scared to call them up. Carlos Jefferson, yeah, he's the best player on the team. Levi Caldwell and Damian Williams in the 3-4 and nickel respectively. Taylor Higgins going to be the number 4 defensive tackle. He was in our practice squad for a couple of years now, and he made the team. That's a great storyline, I would say. Then Kevin Sutton, yeah, he's going to play right, and I have no questions about him being productive. For cornerbacks, we have Jeff Okuda and Jair Alexander playing the 1 and 2 spots here. Kyle Hazelwood, he's going to be the slot corner still. He's developing greatly. And the backups are going to be Emmett McFarland and Danny Griffin. Jalen Smith is still there. But we really lack some inside corners. Kyle Hazelwood with his 5'11" is the smallest corner we have. I think Jair Alexander also is only 5'11", but yeah, if Kyle Hazelwood gets hurt, I'm probably gonna put in Juan Thornhill from backup safety. And then strong safety is solved. Alex Woodson and Matt Collins, no questions asked. For linebackers, we're gonna go with our top 3 once again: Luke Wagner, Justin Gunter, and in 4-3 base, it's also gonna be Ramon Colon. He doesn't have the great zone coverage, so he's just gonna be a 4-3 base linebacker and not a sub linebacker. And then for free safety, we have Javier Taylor. The backup is going to be Juan Thornhill, and just mentioned that if Kyle Hazelwood were to get hurt, I would consider playing Thornhill there. He can do that role as a slot corner. Doesn't have the greatest tackling, but I think he would do better than our other backup corners. I think they are all too big and too bad at tackling to play slot corner. And that is going to do it. I'm gonna do the season as a 2-part series. So for the first video, we're gonna have 9 games condensed, like just the highlights, just a few plays from every game, and then the results. And for the second, it's gonna be the rest of the season and the playoffs if we make it there, and I hope we will, because this is the best team in the league, I would imagine. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more Lions franchise. See you next episode. Until then, spread some love.